Breaking news, Carolina Tar Heels. That's the latest from our Jonathan Jones. Bill Belichick, the six-time Super Bowl champion head coach, going to take over for McCarthy in the spring. Nearly 50 years of coaching experience in the National Football League, but he has never coached at the college level. Let's bring in Jonathan Jones now. JJ, how did we get here?
It's still hard to believe, Chris. Let's just be honest about it, right? Because ever since Bill Belichick did not get a head coaching job this past offseason, the belief around the league, around the entire football world, was he wanted to get back into the NFL in this upcoming coaching cycle so that he could ultimately, in 2 or 3 seasons' time, break Don Shula's all-time wins record. One of the great football historians that Bill Belichick is, hoping to really, truly leave a lasting imprint, even more so than the 6 Super Bowls as a head coach and 2 as an assistant coach. But with location, so yes, of course, Bill Belichick wants to talk to us, and we want the world to know about it. But then later in the week, they had another meeting on Thursday in Manhattan between Bill Belichick, the chancellor of UNC, and the athletic director. And that's when talks really progressed and picked up. They continued into Sunday in Massachusetts, where they met for about 5 hours, and they discussed organizational flow charts, if you will. But all along, there were a few sort of guarantees that Bill Belichick needed, and we are still going to await the details exactly of the millions of dollars that UNC is ultimately going to commit to NIL. And we're still going to wait on the details of Bill Belichick's contract and how much money Carolina was willing to offer Bill Belichick in this deal. So those terms have not yet come out, but it was always centered around money, around a commitment to excellence for a football program that has been in search of being elite for many, many years, and that has eluded them for some time. And so now UNC lands the biggest fish they possibly could, getting Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I feel like you're uniquely qualified to kind of talk on what North Carolina has seen itself as and has been wanting for a long time as a UNC grad. What does this mean to that university and that athletic department?
Well, it's huge, right? I mean, there's no bigger coup, right, than getting arguably the greatest football coach of all time to lead your football program. There are plenty of potential cons to this, and I think that we can all sort of explore those, and a lot of people can guess at those, and we'll talk about that probably in a little bit. But this is a huge, huge get for Carolina, whether it works out or not, right? It's a huge get for UNC. There are a couple of unique, I don't want to call them challenges necessarily, but there are issues when it comes to North Carolina football. Look, this is still a basketball school, so this NIL money, you're not going to take away from basketball, from the program that wants to win a 7th NCAA national championship. There's also a very robust Olympic sports program at Carolina, so you don't want to take away from sports that are actually winning national championships, right? You have things like women's soccer, for example. Like, they just won a national championship. You are going to want to be able to continue to house those programs and not take from them. So those are just a couple of issues and instances that I would point to here, where North Carolina is going to have to figure out where this money is coming from, where these resources are going to be pulled from in order to fund what Bill Belichick ultimately wants.
Usually it's the college head coach that wins and tries his hand at the NFL, the Nick Sabans, the Urban Meyers of the world. This is the opposite. We don't see this as much. I mean, Bill Walsh, 30-plus years ago, wins multiple titles with the Niners, then goes to college. How unprecedented is this in this day and age?
I mean, it is remarkably impressive. Let's also consider this, Chris. They could always have, there's going to be 5, 6, 7 NFL head coach job openings. Now, we know that Bill Belichick is not going to take and would not have taken the New York Jets job, for example. But a lot of folks around the league thought that it set up quite nicely for him to potentially take the Jacksonville Jaguars job if and when it opens, and people assume that it will open at the end of the year. For Carolina to get this, and look, it's a changing landscape, right? When Bill Walsh did his thing, when Nick Saban, went to Miami and then went to Alabama, all of those things, that's a different college football landscape. We heard from Bill Belichick on Monday on the Pat McAfee show, where he talked about that he's going to basically create an NFL program at the college level. And so what you need to do that And I think he wants to do a sort of draft and develop pipeline. I don't know that that's going to exist in college, where this is really more of a free agency like model. That is why NIL, that is why revenue share is so crucial and important for the UNC football program to thrive. This is a group, a school that they hired Butch Davis, 15 or so years ago, hoping to be a big time player in national football and in that conversation. It didn't work out. It led to an NCAA scandal. It set the program back many years. But they do believe that Bill Belichick obviously is going to be able to deliver to them some college football playoff appearances.
Jonathan Jones with us here on this breaking news. It doesn't get much bigger than this in college football and the NFL combined. Bill Belichick agreeing to become the next head coach of the North Carolina.
Howdy, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Today, your number one source for all things America's team. If you're a diehard football fan and love our Dallas Cowboys, you're in the right place. So don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to stay updated with all the latest Cowboys news. Let's get started. Movie camera, what's up, Blue and Silver Nation? Today, I bring you some breaking news that's making waves behind the scenes in the NFL and could have a major impact on the future of our Dallas Cowboys. With the regular season nearing its end, there's growing uncertainty about the team's leadership. Could we be on the brink of a major coaching change? Hold that thought, because in less than a minute, I'll reveal the name that's sparking conversations and could be the next head coach for the Cowboys. 3 o'clock, but first, let's break down the current situation. Mike McCarthy, our current head coach, is in the final year of his contract, and the criticism around his performance has been building week after week. While Jerry Jones, our owner and GM, has publicly praised McCarthy's character and leadership, many fans believe the team needs a fresh approach to regain playoff competitiveness. Fire and now, the big name, Mike Vrabel. That's right, the former Tennessee Titans head coach and current consultant for the Cleveland Browns is being named as a top candidate to take over as head coach next season if McCarthy isn't retained. According to ESPN sources, Vrabel is on the radar for teams like the Cowboys and the Raiders. The question is, will Jerry Jones make the bold move to bring Vrabel in and lead a new era in Dallas? Speech balloon, why Mike Vrabel? As the Titans head coach, he posted a record of 54 wins and 45 losses over 6 seasons, with 3 consecutive playoff appearances from 2019 to 2021, including a trip to the AFC Championship game. Vrabel is known for his strong leadership and ability to get the best out of his players, qualities many fans feel have been missing under the current coaching regime. Magnifying glass tilted left, but the decision isn't straightforward. While Dak Prescott and other players have voiced support for McCarthy, fan expectations remain sky high, and changes may be necessary to address the consistency issues that have plagued the team in key moments. Vrabel's winning mentality and experience could be just what the Cowboys need to find that stability. Speech balloon, now it's your turn. Cowboys fans, do you think Mike Vrabel is the missing piece to transform the team? Or do you believe McCarthy deserves another shot at leading the Cowboys in 2025? Megaphone, share your thoughts in the comments, send this video to fellow Cowboys fans, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let's follow every step of this story together and hope the Blue and Silver Nation rises to glory once again. American football, go Cowboys! See you in the next video. Until then,